All right.
All right.
But I guess we need to start this thing.
All right there. Check again to see if I'm live on my end there.
Okay, I've started.
All right.
Not that it matters. Nobody ever goes there. But hey,
I saw the movie Respect. It was pretty good.
Oh, that's the Aretha Franklin movie there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, list I'm looking at has the artist, their age.
I don't understand what the hell is going on. It seems that during down the it seems to be in the red here according to the my OBS. Now it's green. Now it's green there. All right. All right. Hopefully now this time things will be ready to roll there.
Doc is green.
All right there. There's a little square light on the bottom left of, actually the bottom right of my OBS there. It was in the red for a while there. Try this.
There you go. I see it popped up now.
All right, finally. Thank goodness for that. Well,
I'll go ahead and start with Hank Williams.
All right.
Who was 29, died in 1953 from heart failure caused by alcohol and barbiturate overdose.
Wow.
Barbiturates, what is that, like the Black Betties or whatever?
Barbiturate, honestly, truthfully, I'm not real sure what barbiturates are. I think it's...
I only know it was the
it's like Xanax. It's like Xanax.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For anxiety.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same stuff that Brian Epstein OD'd on back in '68 there. And he was a man, and we know him as the manager, the guardian angel of the Beatles.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, next one of people that we've heard of is going to be, of course, Buddy Holly, who was 22. The Big Bopper was 28.
Oh, wow.
Richie Valens was 17.
Wow. No, that's sad, man.
Says they died in plane crash. I thought it was No, it was a plane, wasn't it?
It was a plane. Yes, it was. Yes. It was. They decided, and we all know the story about that. Waylon Jennings was supposed to be. He was a part of that tour there. I guess I don't know what he was doing. He was a member of a band or something like that. But the story was that they were joking around each other. Now, hope your butt, and I guess either it's one of the big three told Waylon, I hope your bus flats has a flat tire, and Waylon joked in remarks. He joked in response, saying, "Ha ha! Well, I hope your plane crashes." Ha ha ha! And oh man, and it took him how many years for Waylon to get over that?
Yeah,
many years.
Okay, I'm going to move into the 60s now.
All right.
First one I got is Eddie Cochran.
All right.
He was 21.
Yeah.
Car crash.
Wow.
He, of course, we know him as the guy that did
Summertime Blues.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Come on, everybody.
Covered that. Yeah.
And The Who. Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone, a lot of people, artists have done that track there.
And actually, his, of course, isn't as heavy as Blue Cheer or Who, but it was pretty rockin' version for its time.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, next guy I got is Johnny Horton.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this guy. This man was like
he did like he was a country artist, but he did things like the New Orleans songs of that nature. Road to Alaska.
Yeah.
I guess you'd call them troop type songs. I don't know.
Yeah. And I believe he had died also from a car wreck as well.
Car crash.
Yeah.
He was 35.
Yeah, I see there.
It'd be kind of interesting is to keep up with the causes. Okay, we got 3 plane crashes, 2 car crashes. in an overdose.
Mm.
Hey, Keith, you want to keep track of that?
I guess I'm not
Yes.
really.
Oh yeah, you ought to have a lot on your hands with that one. That's for sure, man.
Oh, you
Next
want
one
me to look up something?
No. I was going to say you have a little thing down there where you could write down some of these causes and see which one wins. Or
Absolutely.
wins. You know
But how many
Oh.
there are? I mean, like how many deaths were contributed to drugs, or how many deaths were contributed to car wrecks, or violent disputes,
All
or
right.
something like that. There.
Okay, right now you've got 1 overdose,
Mm-hmm.
3 plane crash,
Yep.
2 car crash.
Okay.
Okay, 1 overdose, 3. Hold on. Oh, 3
crash.
plane crash, and 1 car crash.
Yeah.
No, 2.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2.
Okay,
car
next guy I got
crash.
is Stuart Sutcliffe.
I think I've heard of him. I know.
He was one of the original members of the Beatles.
Oh, now I remember. He was the
Stu
original.
Sutcliffe.
Yeah, he was the original bass player for the Beatles there, But Paul McCartney,
Right.
when he was in the ball, he was just a regular rhythm guitarist. After Stu's death, he decided to take over on the bass guitar there.
Yeah, he was 21, and his cause of death was cerebral paralysis due to aneurysm.
Wow.
So I guess the list of causes there, Keith, I'd call that natural, I suppose.
Oh,
All right.
wow. It was kind of funny,
Natural.
You remember the movie Birth of the Beatles that aired
Yeah.
on ABC many years back there, telling the story of how they struggled in Germany and all that whole jazz scenario there.
Right.
Stuart's girlfriend, Astrid, I forgot, Ingrid, did I pronounce her name? I know her name was Astrid. She apparently
Right.
was invited to meet the cast of that movie. And when she saw the guy who portrayed Stuart, she saw him and she just ran away for a while and just cried a little bit because he resembled Stuart so perfectly in that role there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it kind of like brought back memories because those two had a massive fondness for one another there. They were in love.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a rumor.
Next one.
Actually, there was another rumor that possibly, Stu was going to leave the Beatles, to be with her.
Wow. Next one I got is Patsy Cline. She was 30.
Yeah.
And
Plane crash.
Put another mark for plane crash.
Yeah, she was also the subject of that movie Sweet Dreams, which starred Jessica Lange a couple years back in the 80s. She was known for that song Crazy, which was a good song to
Right.
listen to there.
Actually, she had a pretty lengthy list of songs.
Yeah.
Because one of the cover bands I was in, we had a female singer that covered some of that stuff.
Ah.
We didn't do much country, but we did some.
All right, there.
Next one I got Jim Reeves.
Jim Reeves. Gentleman Jim
40.
Reeves. I heard about that. He was another country artist, if I remember.
Yeah, he had a pretty good string of hits, too. Four Walls. What the heck is that one about? Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Whatever that song. I can't think of the title.
Yeah,
He'll
never
have
mind.
to go.
All right, there.
Plane crash.
Another plane crash.
Wow.
We're up to 5.
5 plane crashes. What the fuck was
Okay,
up with
yes.
What the fuck was up with the pilots back then? Didn't they know how to pilot a plane or what?
And we're going to come up with at least 3 more, but
Oh shit.
Aaliyah died on a plane crash.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was because they had so much on. It was a small ass plane. They had way too much on the cargo there, and that brought the plane down because it was too heavy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you
the
put on.
next one, the next
Go ahead.
one's kind of interesting. Sam Cooke, he was 33.
Yeah.
He was shot.
In the hallway of a hotel room by some lady there.
That's your first
One
shot there, Keith.
shot.
I know.
All right, one shot. Got
More
it.
to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
More to come.
All right.
And this
Then
is
Alan Freed. Do we know who he is?
yeah, he was one of the first guys who started playing rock and roll on the radio station there. He was also there was a movie about him called American Hot Wax that came out in the 70s there. And from what I understand, he was also
43.
43, yeah.
And his cause of death was uremia and cirrhosis of the liver. So
wow.
put it down for natural causes.
All right.
Was it caused by alcohol?
I suppose that's generally what that comes from.
And from what I understand, this
Next.
guy, going back to Alan Freed, this guy really got the screw job, I guess you could say, by the radio industry, I guess.
Yeah, the pay a little bit and all that.
Yeah, I
he
know.
was accused of
And
being
by the way, the
involved in
pay
that
and
heavily.
yeah, the pay a little bit was where apparently DJs were being paid by either record companies or their managers or the agents to play this particular song by this particular artist. You know, I guess it's illegal, if I understand.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Some people must be that damn desperate to get their stuff played. But then again, you know, when you watch the movies like Airheads, that kind of explains how far bands will go just to get themselves noticed or heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Next one I got's Nat King Cole, who was 45.
Oh, yeah. One
Lung
of the great
cancer.
ones. He was one of the
Lung
greats,
cancer.
man. Yes.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was one
So
of.
that's another natural causes there for
Okay.
Keith.
Yeah, wow. That's. What's interesting is that the man. You got to give Nat King Cole his credit, his due, man.
Oh, yeah.
He came up with some really good stuff there that they sang. He also led a jazz trio prior to becoming the big crooner that he would now know him as. And I guess Columbia Records issued an album of some of those recordings that they did with a jazz trio that he was involved in.
Yeah. Nat King Cole did some great stuff.
Yeah.
Ray Charles looked up to Nat King Cole.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Next
who
one I
didn't?
got is an interesting story.
Yeah.
Bobby Fuller, 23.
Yeah, I know that we discussed that one time there.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time on this one. The thing here says suicide by hanging, in parentheses, suspicious.
Mm.
So I don't know what we're going to call this one.
Well, you mentioned that he was found in a car with his hands tied behind his back there.
That's what the story was.
I put suicide.
Okay, go ahead and put that because we're going to have a couple of those.
I would
All right.
I would definitely put it on mysterious. Put on the question mark for that one because you know there's so much
All right.
speculation for that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a story. If anybody wants to really dig into it, it's a real interesting read.
You know what? I should probably look it up myself there. You know, myself there. I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, I was going to say I kind of knew the guy, but I didn't really know the guy because I lived about 2 houses down from him when I was in El Paso when he was there before he broke big.
Mm-hmm. And he was a Texas native, by the way. There.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me look it up here. This This is from the Guardian. You know the. All right, there.
You think all these plane crashes, people dying, singers dying in plane crashes is part of like people that are in the Illuminati don't want to be
No,
in
it's
there?
called,
No.
It's called the 50s,
It's
60s,
basically-
70s, and they didn't have technology like they do now. Safe.
Well, basically, a lot of the people that were dying in plane crashes, that's the way they traveled.
All right, got it.
Either that or by the bus. You know.
Right.
I don't think they had the Illuminati back then. Unfortunately.
Oh, you know who we? Well, I know. I'm just throwing this in there so we don't forget. But speaking of buses and all that, what's his name from Metallica? We
Cliff
needed,
Burden.
yeah,
Yes.
we needed dive into him
Well,
later. When
Oh
we get
my
there.
God,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Not
Because
forget about that.
you know,
We're still in the 60s deaths.
All
Yeah.
right.
I think the Illuminati started in the 50s with the Beatles.
what?
I mean, that is
Wait
a
a minute.
good point.
Yeah, but I don't think the Beatles were involved with the Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Well, I thought they were, but maybe I'm wrong.
Not everyone is involved with the Illuminati. You know, Prince, the artist. You know, he was killed because there's speculation that he had been murdered because he refused to get involved with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Next person I got is John Coltrane,
Uh-huh.
40,
40 years old.
liver cancer and hepatitis B.
Wow.
So there's your another, I guess you'd call it natural causes.
Yeah.
All right.
Or unnatural causes. Something may have had to cause that to happen there, I guess. Was hard.
Well, yeah, that's kind of, in other words, it wasn't done by, self-inflicted. He died from stuff that happened to his body. I don't
Wow.
know. Natural causes just,
That's true there.
All right.
Next one I got, Brian Epstein, who was 32.
Yes. The manager of the Beatles.
Accidental drug overdose.
Barbiturates.
So you got you another drug one.
Yeah, and
Was he the manager of
the Beatles.
Brown?
Beatles.
The Beatles, yeah. He was also
Drug
their guardian.
overdose. What drug was that?
Barbiturates.
The barbiturate. Hold on, let me.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently he...
I think that's like it's drugs that are downers, like Xanax, Valium. Is it basically Xanax and Valium?
Well, apparently, yeah, well, either way, he was like the guardian angels of the Beatles, or especially the John Lennon, I mean, when you think about it, John Lennon was probably the most outspoken of all the Beatles.
Hey,
there.
you know what I think they are?
What?
Isn't that what they
What?
used to call Quaaludes back in the day? Quaaludes?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not
Could
too
be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't do drugs, so I don't know.
Barbiturates are a group of drugs in the class of drugs known as sedative hypnotics, which generally describe their sleep-inducing anxiety,
Look
decreasing
what a
effect.
Quaalude. Look up Quaalude, Keith.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely there. A lot
'Cause
of
I know for a fact the Beatles,
Yeah.
when they were not the hippie Beatles, but the early Beatles, they used to do amphetamine inhalers.
Uh-huh.
Amphetamine inhalers back then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Which that's the same drugs and ADD pills and stuff.
Oh,
But
wow, yeah.
that's a fact that they got prescribed that back then. So they
Yeah.
were high all the time and shit.
Quaaludes are barbiturates.
There you
Uh-huh.
go.
There
Drugs
you go.
that
Yep.
depress the central nervous system.
Ah.
So Quaaludes, heroin, Xanax, and Valium.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of anything like that changes who I am.
Yep.
So I
Those
stay
are
off that
all
stuff.
downers.
Yeah.
And alcohol is a downer too.
And it also fits to say that it was Brian Epstein's step that kind of like was one of the first markings in the breakup of the Beatles years down the line. Because apparently because he was like he was their main backup. He was their guardian angel. When he died, a lot of problems was starting to arise. And at the same time, they were starting their record label, Apple Records, and it was not managed that well when you look at it. I mean, like, you got to have some sort of a management figure to help you guide along how to do things there. Because running the record label, like, it's the same thing as running a bar. It's a science,
Yeah.
No one knows
Yeah.
Is
more
that
about
the-
for science than John Taffer.
Yep.
You
Is that-
Yeah, I remember that. Yes. It's the
that
same way
the
either
same-
way there.
Is that the same Epstein as Epstein Island?
No,
Okay.
dude,
Not even close.
not even. That's way apart. Remember, this is in '68.
Oh yeah.
Okay, next guy I got on the list is Woody Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
He was 55.
The man,
Huntington's disease.
Wow.
So I guess you can call that natural causes.
Yeah.
All right.
And we know his son Arlo and his well-known song Alice's Restaurant and a couple others
Oh
there.
yeah,
And this, let's not forget, Woody Guthrie was one of the mania singers who spoke pro-union. He was considered the
He
poet of the
was-
people.
he was one of the early big folk singers.
Yeah. The one who had a lot to something to say, he didn't want to sing depressing songs. He didn't want to sing sad songs. He wanted to sing songs that uplift people, to make them feel empowered, like tell them to stand up for them rights, stand up for themselves, The poet of the poet of the people, I guess he was christened many times there. A big influence on Bruce Springsteen and others like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's one of those artists that people should look into.
Yeah.
The next guy I got was a tremendous artist and had a lot of charters. Otis Redding.
Oh yeah.
He was 26.
No, the dock of the bay.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the
absolutely.
big
That was, and that came out after his death.
Away.
Plane crash.
Yep, another one there for the
Okay,
plane
another
crash
plane
files.
crash.
I mentioned this one time. I had a compilation record of him and Jimi Hendrix recorded from the Monterey Pop Festival in '67. Side one was Otis Redding doing his material there, which included Satisfaction, the Rolling Stones tune, and the side two was Jimi Hendrix doing his version of Like a Rolling Stone and the Trog's Wild Thing, in which he really smashes. Not only did he smash his guitar, he also set it on fire. Definitely look up on video for that on YouTube if it's there.
Well, a lot of the Hendrix things are on YouTube.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be a lot more there. Beatles, you name it there.
Yeah. Well, next one I'm going to list Judy Garland, but I don't think she. Yeah, let's go to Brian Jones.
Singer
Oh, yeah.
too, correct?
What?
Well, yeah, but
Obviously, because
well,
she did.
he's
That
all right.
Wizard of Oz was a lot of singing in that too.
Oh yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot. She was also
Well, he's
the
all
mother.
right. Let's include her.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's
Complications of a barbiturate overdose,
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
and she was 47.
I know.
2 overdose now.
Yeah,
And 6
Liza-
plane crash.
And let's
Yeah.
not forget, she's also the mother of Liza Minnelli.
Yeah. And you should have more than 2 overdoses, because I can think of 3 that I've done.
Oh, all right. Maybe like 2 since I started keeping track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Brian Jones I got is the next one.
Yeah,
Brian Jones was 27. Cause here says drowned due to liver dysfunction and ingestion.
yeah.
Mm.
And there was a kind of investigation into this that there's as well there.
Yeah.
So what do I put
So I
that
don't know
in?
how you're going to classify it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Probably the big
Uh,
question mark category.
Okay.
Yeah. Put him there with Bobby Fuller.
Good. All right. Got it.
Okay, let's see. I guess I'm now moving on to 1970.
Okay,
You go.
I gotta wait till I get there.
okay. Because there was a few deaths
There-
in that area just as well there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of these people that are from the old days that I kind of know who they are, but I don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Some of them I'm just learning about right now as we're
Right.
doing this show here.
Okay, the first one I got that I'm aware of is Alan Wilson of Canned Heat.
Mm.
He was 27.
Wow.
suicide or accidental barbiturate overdose. So I don't know whether you call that in suicide or barbiturate overdose.
I'll put overdose.
All right.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, another one for the barbiturate side there.
Yep.
Okay, a big one.
Oh boy.
Jimi Hendrix, 27.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow. 1970 there, and that was September of that year.
Okay, asphyxiation on vomit after consuming an unhealthy amount of barbiturates.
Another
So-
one, another barbiturate death. What the fuck is up with these barbiturates popping up here and there?
That was the big thing back then.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I mean-
it was.
Another OD.
I know.
Okay. Next one I got. Janice Joplin,
Heroin.
27.
Yeah, she was.
Heroin.
Yeah, the three, and of course, these two would start up what is now known as the 27 Club of musicians who died at that age there.
Well,
Kurt
remember that
Cobain-
Alan Wilson was 27.
Yeah, that's right. And let's not also forget Amy Winehouse and also Kurt Cobain.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to start getting into some people now. I'm pretty sure we just hit two big ones.
Yep. And I guess the next one that takes place the following year, Jim Morrison, July
Oh my
1971, found dead
Well,
in
take a look at my baby.
He was 27
Uh-huh.
also.
Yeah,
Heart
that's right.
failure brought on by heroin addiction.
Yeah. He was doing a
Who?
lot. Remember, he was doing a lot of drugs at that
Overdose.
time.
Who? Talking
Yeah.
about Hendrix?
No, Jim
No,
Morrison.
Morrison.
The
Morrison
Lizard
was
King.
doing heroin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? I never heard. I thought he was just into the psychedelics and shit.
I heard that many times myself. And Keith, mute yourself, dude.
So my Jim Morrison was into heroin. It's
Oh,
very
yeah.
interesting.
A lot of people.
Just like
are doing it.
Tony. Just like Tony.
Oh gosh. Which, by the way, did you hear what Minnesota? Not to interrupt, man, but after this, we got to talk about what Minnesota posted on his channel regarding Tony there, and what Tony said he wanted to do to Minnesota Vikings fan there.
All
That's
right.
right,
I
that's
can't
right.
wait for that.
Yeah, it's all right. It's on his channel right now. He did about 3 short clips. He streamed all 3 of those live.
Wow.
Okay, next one I got's Louis Armstrong,
Oh yeah,
69, heart attack.
yeah, and that was
So
a couple
that's
days.
natural causes.
And that was a couple days after his birthday, I understand there. And this is the trumpet player who was able to. He was
Well,
also.
the big ones were Hello Dolly,
Uh-huh.
A Wonderful World.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Which they
And I think to myself, what I can do.
wonderful world.
I see signs in a blue.
That's
Something like that,
pretty
right?
close.
Yeah, that's right there. You know what? That movie, and what really got me into that song when it was featured in that movie Good Morning Vietnam with Robin Williams.
Mm.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good song.
It is.
Next one I got is King Curtis,
Ah.
37, stabbed to death.
King Curtis was a member of what band there?
He was King Curtis.
Just so he's a solo act, right?
Right.
So he said natural causes for King Curtis?
No, he was stabbed.
Oh, no, he was stabbed.
Oh, okay.
He was stabbed. Yeah, no,
I
what? I
guess
don't
you
know.
could-
I don't
Whatever
know.
you put for Sam Cooke. He was
Sam Cooke got stabbed?
Murdered. No,
Oh.
Sam
Murdered.
Cooke got shot.
Yeah, all right. Oh, I know Sam Cooke sings another Saturday night and I ain't got
Yeah.
nobody.
Others and other than
That was
that.
one of many.
Yeah, Cupid was another. You Send Me was
You
his old.
send me.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know those two.
Yep.
Yeah, he's someone else. If you look up his greatest hits by him, you'll be kind of like, oh, I know those songs.
Yeah, there was.
All
There were
right.
great songs there. A couple of them been a
Yeah.
couple of many
Okay.
times. For instance, Steve Miller Band covered "You Send Me" on one of his albums there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's good. He did a good version of that one there.
Okay, next one I got is Gene Vincent,
Mm.
Bebopalula,
Oh yeah.
36, burst peptic ulcer.
Oh wow.
So I guess you can call that natural causes.
You know what? I got to bring this up there. I remember reading an interview with one of the Alvin brothers from the band The Blasters. He said that when he was a kid, he went and saw Gene Vincent perform, because he liked him, he liked his songs and that. But the Gene Vincent that he saw perform on that stage there was trying to recreate that energy, trying to get that energy up there. And then later on during the show, Vincent, brought up his wife and his daughter there, or kid, or whatever it was, son or daughter there, and nothing matters to me but my wife and my children here. And then later on, they found out that it was not his wife and kids up there. They were paid to be up there because apparently his his real wife and their kids took off the kids and just left because apparently they couldn't deal with them, I guess. And then they found out later on he died. That was it.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently around that time, some of these 50s rockers would find themselves in hard times. Kind of like some of these 80s bands, when you think about it, they find themselves they find them. We got to definitely do an episode on that, by the way, YR. We got to do something about that because a lot of these 80s bands really found themselves in hard times since the 90s when the alternative shit broke out there.
Yeah, you could do whole shows on how changing music killed some bands.
Yeah, it did.
Next one I got, Dwayne Allman, 24.
Yes, he was
motorcycle collision.
Yeah, he was also a member of the Derek and the Dynamos and the Allman Brothers. Keep that in mind. There.
Right.
He played the lead guitar on the classic Layla.
That's one of the reasons that Derek and the Dominoes only did the one album, because Dwayne Allman was gone and he was an integral part of that group.
He was, yeah.
I put car crash.
Yeah, we can go with that.
Yeah, if you want to, yeah.
Keith, do you have a pen and paper?
No, I'm doing it on my text message. Like,
he's looking up on the internet there.
No, I'm not. I'm not looking it up on the internet. I'm just writing it down in my text message box. And then I'll text it to myself when I'm done.
Well, I guess we could do this guy. Brian Cole, who's 28, heroin overdose. He was a member of the association.
Wow.
8 for overdoses, 6 for plane crash, 3 for car crash, 7 for natural causes, 1 for shot, 2 for question mark, and 1 for stab.
Wow. Stabbing westward.
Okay. This might be something you want to look up, Earl.
All right.
Barry Oakley, who was 24.
Okay.
Motorcycle collision.
Wow.
And the reason I say look it up is because it's very similar to Dwayne Allman.
Oh, wow.
And they were both members of the Allman Brothers.
Oh, wow. That's something there. Or is it me or do all these, southern bands like the Allman Brothers, Lynyrd Skynyrd, always have bad luck on their side?
Yeah,
Not all
Marshall
of
Tucker
them,
Band, all those.
Yeah.
Like the deaths and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, going to Lynyrd Skynyrd,
Have
I
we,
guess.
have we even been into Skynyrd?
Not yet. That's
No, that's
later
that's
on.
coming. But
That's
All
later
right,
on,
so
yeah.
we got to be patient, Earl.
I know, yeah.
Mark has a list. We
I
have to
know.
go by,
I know, yeah.
Well, it's easier because we don't skip around.
Yeah.
But if you look up Barry Oakley or Dwayne Allman, I think they were both motorcycle collisions. I think that they both occurred with within the same general area
Wow.
and almost exactly a year apart.
Wow, dude.
And they were both members of the Allman Brothers.
Wow. That's something there.
Barry was the bassist.
I see there. All right, sir. So, who's next on the list there?
Oh, I thought you were looking at.
No,
Okay,
I
Danny Whitten, who was a member of Crazy Horse.
Danny Whitten. Yeah, this is the man, and I guess it was Heroin, I understand, right?
Barbiturates and alcohol.
Oh wow, because because I know Neil Young did a song about that called "Tonight's
Need
the
the
Night."
damage done.
Yeah, and
Oh, well, okay, maybe it was that one. I don't.
Yeah, it
thought it
was,
was Need the damage done.
yeah. I'm looking up the needle and the damage done right now.
Ron Pigpen McKernan,
From the Grateful Dead.
27.
Yep, another one in the 27 club there.
Gastrointestinal bowel hemorrhage attributed to alcohol abuse.
Yep.
So that's an overdose?
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in overdose.
All right.
I have a feeling that's going to be the winner.
Yeah, it's in the lead right now.
I am. And I'm looking up the needle and the damage done there, and apparently the song describes the effect of heroin addiction on other musicians that Neil Young knew, including Danny Whitten from Crazy Horse, who would die of overdose the same year the song was released.
So
That's what I thought. But
Grateful Dead band.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all ever into that thing? Because
Yeah,
they have a
we
huge
could-
No,
following, right?
they had a
Oh, yeah.
massive fall, especially in the 80s and the 90s there.
Wow.
next one you may have heard of,
Mm-hmm.
Paul Williams,
Oh, Paul
Mm.
Williams.
34.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Temptations, not that Paul Williams.
Uh,
It's a different Paul Williams. But he had a gunshot wound.
Because when I think of
And-
Paul Williams, I think of some short British guy who wore glasses.
Right. This isn't the same guy.
Okay, there I was thinking the same. Like, wait a minute, I think he's still alive there. I was like, holy cow, man.
Yeah. Next one I got is Graham Parsons, who was 26. He didn't reach the 27 club.
Oh wow, he was
Morphine and alcohol-related heart failure.
and he was a member of
all
the
that.
Byrds, by the way, there, which featured Roger McGuinn and David Crosby.
I don't think he was ever in the Byrds, but yes, he was for
Mhm.
1 or 2 albums.
Yep.
And also the Flying Burrito Brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
I see there, yeah.
I think he had just joined the Byrds, and they were real happy about that, and everything was cool. And then next thing you knew, he died.
Wow, that's a trip there.
Jim Croce, 30.
Plane wreck,
Plane
Ah.
crash.
plane crash.
What songs
Yep.
did he do? Or what?
You don't mess around
Operator's
with
the
Jim.
big one.
The Operator, Big Bad Leroy Brown. That was one of the big ones there.
Time in the
I
Ball.
Got a Name.
Who did
Time
that
for the ball.
Bullfrog song?
That was you mean Joy to the World? That was Three Dog Night.
Jeremiah was a
Of course,
Bullfrog.
it was a
Oh yeah,
cover.
okay,
That's
okay. So
right.
they split- All right.
But I don't know who.
Hmm.
Well, and apparently his lead guitarist died in the same crash.
And he was friends with both Arlo Guthrie and Cheech Marin of Cheech and Chong there. And
Yeah.
I guess in the interview, Marin said, just when he was told about Croce's plane crash, him and Thomas Chong was about to hit stage, so they did their performance, and after the show there, Cheech was like, "Oh man, how am I going to deal with this, man?"
Yeah. It's a little-known British group, The Shadows. They had a couple of big songs over here. One of them was Apache.
Yes,
John,
we know that song. Yes.
John Russell, he was 31. Suicide.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. And by the way, the song Apache by the Shadows, That would be redone by the Incredible Bongo Band years on down the line in the 70s. And that version, the drum beat of that version would make it onto all these hip-hop records in the 1980s when you look at it, including MC Hammer's Let's Get It Started.
Yeah. Apache's a pretty cool song, actually.
Yes, and by the way, you guys, YR, you got to check out Black Sabbath from 1989 in Russia performing that song.
It's live. It's
live, yes.
Like a record.
Yeah, it's
Did Black
live.
Sabbath ever do any live records?
Live. Oh yeah, they did a lot of them. Live at Last from 74,
There's
which
at
came out
least 3 of them.
Yes. The reunion
How,
album,
you
Live
know how,
Evil.
Like, what I'm talking about, right? Like how Kiss did Kiss Alive, and
Yeah.
then what's the Iron Maiden one, Live After Death?
Live After Death, yep. A real live one, the real dead one there afterwards.
So they did. All right.
One of these days, put it on the list that we can discuss live albums.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think we did a live
I've got a
section.
couple of big ones that I'd like to talk about. If we do
y'all know me. Like nothing can beat Unleashed from the East.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree on that one there.
And they sped up the songs too, like they were playing faster and shit. Oh,
yeah,
my
they
God.
do. Yes. Oh, you should check out how they sped up the Sinner from 1982 Live Vengeance tour there.
Yeah, if we do that, I'm definitely going to talk about Deep Purple made in Japan.
Oh yeah, definitely. We spoke about that album a lot.
We have topics for the next 2 months. We're good to go.
Oh man, we got.
That's good though. We plan ahead and really have something to look forward to every episode. You know?
Absolutely. All we need is to be reminded of it.
That's why somebody needs to write it down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
All right, good.
Okay. Next guy I got's Bobby Darin, 37.
Oh,
37.
Splish
And he died
splash.
of complications of cardiac bypass surgery.
Splish splash. I was taking a bath there. That was one of
And
his
Dream
big
Lover.
songs. Yep, Dream Lover. Yes.
Dream Lover too.
Yeah.
So that guy is going to be natural causes.
All right.
All right.
And didn't he back up some politician for a while now? I guess it was. Forgot the guy's name.
Probably.
No, I forgot the name of the political figure he was representing, but I guess he was one of the first artists to do that. I guess at that time.
Dr. Earl, you want to do episode 2 Wrestling Renegades from the new channel?
Well, let me guess. Which one?
Well, I made Bullfrog a channel, and so I'm going to be producing everything, running the OBS and everything. Bullfrog's front and center star and everything.
Yeah,
so.
I gotta mention this,
I mean, I might as well. The guy's he can't learn. It's it is kind of hard, like, in a way. But,
yeah, I gotta mention this. I forgot to mention this to you guys. We, as you know, me and Bullfrog did a wrestling show that's on each other's channels.
Yeah, I actually listened to part of it.
Yeah. And Bullfrog said something about inviting you, Ark, to talk about wrestling because of your stories about world-class championship wrestling.
Yeah, I can go back to the Von Erichs and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah. A couple others before that time,
Yeah. I could spend a long time on stuff that you guys are going to go, who? What? Actually, one thing I need to do before we do it is I'm going to find at least 3 clips and send them to you.
All right, good.
You can decide what to do with them there.
All right, Darren.
That are going to be interesting to discuss, because this is back in the days when they did some angles.
Oh, yeah. Real angles there. Real interesting angles. And by the way, I got to throw this in here just to boot. Look up Randy Savage, Lanny Poffo promo on the Rock and Roll Express. This is before Savage joined the WWF, that was called at that time. And it was the Poffo Mania was called, doing a promo on Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. What Savage does while Lanny is talking is completely hilarious. Man, definitely got to check it out, guys.
Should I tell Bullfrog yes?
You got to find
I don't know if
that
that's
works for me.
I don't know.
Or I gotta
Wait, Ark,
find
you going to
time.
be on the wrestling show too?
I will if you can get it at a time that I can do it.
That's the thing.
Dr. Earl, should I tell Bullfrog yes?
Well, we got to wait till because
Let's
Ark.
discuss it later.
All right,
Good
we could
God,
discuss it
dude.
after. We could discuss it after we're done our
Yeah, we're kind of
discussion.
trying to run through these things, bro. Like Bullfrog, just hold your horses. Everything will be fine.
Ah,
Everything's
so he's
fine.
messaging you, right, OIR?
No, Bullfrog's mad. I guess he's messaging Keith. Apparently,
Yeah,
he might
he's
be messaging me.
messaging me.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
jeez,
him.
dude.
Bullfrog, everything's all
Okay.
right. All right,
Bullfrog,
everything's
give us a
fine.
rest, dude. You
Next-
know, don't. You can't rush
Keith,
good
tell,
stuff there.
tell Bullfrog stop pushing. Tell him stop pushing. Just everything's fine, bro.
All right.
Stop smothering.
Okay.
It. Everything's fine.
Next one I got,
Like music.
Cass Elliot.
Ah, for the mamas and papas, one of the first heavyweights in the Rock and Roll series because she was a big
Yeah.
gal there.
Heart failure, died in her sleep.
What
No,
do you
she's literally a
Natural
big gal.
cause.
She
like
was
300
literally,
pounds?
yeah. I'm not too
Okay,
sure
that
what
one
it
was
was,
natural causes.
Yep.
and not
Got it.
a ham sandwich as many have said it.
Right. Okay, next one I got is Bill Chase, member of a group called Chase.
Wow.
He's 39. He died in a plane crash.
Oh wow. Another one for the plane crash files there.
Wow.
Okay, next one I got is Robbie McIntosh, who is a member of the Average White Band.
Wow.
24, drug overdose.
No, what was the average white band? Was it like a bunch of white guys playing funky music?
Pretty much, Cut the Cake was their biggest one.
Ah.
What was the name of the other one? There was another one that's pretty big, but they're instrumental.
I see there.
Actually, look it up. It's not bad.
Oh yeah. Because I remember seeing their logo many times. It was the cursive A and the cursive B and the W. It mixed in with the bare back of a woman. So the W was made
Yeah.
to look like edge of a woman's ass there.
Okay,
All right.
let's see. Pete Ham, 27.
Ah, Badfinger.
Suicide by hanging.
Yeah, I remember the best sad story about him and Tom Evans. They were having a lot of management issues.
Yeah.
A lot of management issues. And these guys were often christened by critics as the second Beatles. And they were signed by the Beatles onto the Apple Records label there. They put out songs like No Matter What, Come and Get It, Rock of Ages,
Yeah, they had some great stuff.
Day After Day, which is still played on the radio to this day. In fact, the song Without You, which was written by those two, would later be covered by Harry Nilsson in the 1970s, Heart on their album titled Magazine, and later on in the 90s by Mariah Carey.
Yeah. They did a lot of great stuff.
Yeah. And sadly, those two guys are gone. They would have been considered the new Lennon and McCartney when you think about it there. But thanks to the bullshit management issues that they were having, it was bad management that fucked that group up there. Very sad.
And we'll get to the second guy when he comes up on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Cannonball Adderley, 46. Cerebral hemorrhage.
And what this guy was a saxophone player, I guess?
Yes, he was.
Ah. And he was a big guy.
Mainly in the 50s.
Wow.
But he did play beyond that.
Yeah. And he was a big guy, for I understand, as well.
Yeah. But a cerebral hemorrhage is a head thing.
Wow. Ouch. That's a trip. All right.
Brain
Okay.
hemorrhage. You really can't control that, can you?
No, it's kind of why it's called natural causes.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Howlin'
tough, man.
Wolf,
The blues
blues
singer.
guy,
The blues singer there.
65, congestive heart failure.
Wow.
Natural causes. Hey,
Sorry.
natural causes is making a run.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. A lot of things. You never know. Yeah. No, but
Sal
I can.
Mineo.
What again?
Sal Mineo, 37,
I see.
stabbed to death.
Sal Mineo. And what member was he a solo artist? What band was he involved
Yes, he was a solo artist.
in? Oh, okay, there.
He was a lesser known solo artist.
Oh, wow, there. I see there.
Florence Ballard, of the Supremes.
She died. It was an overdose, so I understand, right?
Coronary thrombosis and cardiac arrest. 32.
Wow. It was originally her, Diana Ross, and Mary Wilson. After her,
Right.
she was replaced by Cindy Birdsong. And I guess, for I understand, I'm not too sure. I've heard a few stories about Florence Ballard. Apparently, what it was, she had some sort of this rape incident that occurred to her that, according to Mary Wilson, left her not the same as she was after that.
Yeah.
But that's understandable. When you go through something like that, no way you're going to be the exact same person.
No.
No. Right. All right.
Okay. Next one I got. Oh, I lost my place. Oh, Paul Kossoff.
The guitarist from the band Free. He was a him, Simon Kirke on drums, Andy Fraser on bass guitar, and Paul Rogers on vocals. And we all know the two main songs that they did, All Right Now from the album Fire and Water, which I had in my collection for a while there. And of course, Wishing Well from an earlier album they released.
Great song.
It was, yeah. It's about a person who is wishing for peace and love on this planet there. And I guess the one of their albums, kind of controversial when you think about it there. You look at the album, the self-titled album, I think it was her second album. I think it was called just Free.
Right.
Yes, and you look up there, it's kind of like shot the same way. You have to look it up to see what I'm talking about there. It was features a woman jumping, and she may be naked, but you have to look at the design of the album cover to see what I'm talking about. In fact, I'll find it on the Google Images. I'll show you what I'm talking about there, guys.
And he had just started a band by the name of Backstreet Crawler.
Yeah, so
12 overdoses so far, guys. 12 overdoses.
Yep. He was a heroin.
Okay,
it was heroin, yes.
Okay, this one was a pulmonary embolism, lung blood clot. So this is natural causes. Didn't expect that. That's what, especially at 25.
Yeah.
Keith Relf. Tell me who he is, Doc.
Yep. The lead singer of the Yardbirds.
There we go. 33. Electrocuted by a guitar.
Yes. Apparently what the story was, he got out of the swimming pool and immediately plugged in his electric guitar to play a couple of stuff there, and didn't realize that electricity and water did not mix. And as a result from that, he was electrocuted immediately. Apparently that put a big damper on Led Zeppelin, because remember Jimmy Page played with Keith Relf in the 60s there. When you heard about that, they vowed never to play anything. That became their biggest fear. Apparently what the reason was is that they were going to do an outdoor festival. It started raining, and the fear of being electrocuted kind of like caused them to stop the playing there. And I guess a riot occurred because of that.
Yeah.
How do you spell electrocuted?
E-L.
Well, I guess you can make a category accidental death.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
That'll
That
make
would
it
be
easier.
natural causes?
Yeah.
That's not really in
not
the realm
really,
of natural.
not really.
I mean, because a lightning strike would be that. So, like, why wouldn't electric
No, that'd
shock
be
from-
accidental. Let's start an accidental category.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of electric.
Yeah, because he might be the only one you find in that. I don't know.
Is there any you ran across, or maybe potentially ran across already, you haven't said yet, that end up maybe dying in prison, going to jail for a while?
Hadn't had none of those, but could happen.
It's interesting, famous people and musicians and stuff. I mean, besides, I can't really think of any off the bat that really did. long,
Yeah.
extensive time behind bars. I mean, obviously, like little drug and drunken driving
Well,
stuff all the time, but
there's some guys that did that. Quicksilver Messenger Service, their original Dino Valenti spent some time in prison, but he didn't die there. Tommy Bolin.
Yeah, he was
Kenny Bolin's. He's related to Kenny Bolin. Remember?
No.
So.
I haven't said that name in a
No.
while. Kenny Bolin.
I know. No, that's
25.
yeah. He was the guitar player for the James Gang and Deep Purple.
Right.
He took over Richie Blackmore's spot after Blackmore departed from that group. It's, I guess, the only album he did with them was "Come Taste the Band," and that would be the last Deep Purple album up until "Perfect Strangers" in '84.
Okay. Heroin and alcohol overdose.
Yeah.
All right.
And that was another reason. You could talk to David Coverdale from Whitesnake, who worked with him on that in that lineup of Deep Purple. He could tell you that, that kind of shook him up for a long while there because I guess they were good buddies, I guess there, and he often advised the listeners of out there on the radio when he did the radio interviews to stay away from drugs. If you need something to find, be a mechanic or something like that, but not drugs because of what it did to his friend there, Tommy Bolin.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't think he was related to Mark Bolin from T-Rex.
No, I think it's different people.
All right, there.
Well, it's different spellings on the last name.
Yeah. And we also got to include Mark Bolin just as well there.
Well, we'll hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, next one I got this is interesting in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Akim Kirchhoff of the Scorpions, 30, and the list of death here is unknown.
And what albums did he play with those guys?
What's that?
What albums did he play on the?
I don't know.
Lonesome Dove.
Probably the first couple.
I think the Lonesome Crow. I think it was, and we're talking the German band, right?
Yeah, Scorpions.
Yeah, because I remember I think there was another band called The Scorpions from the '60s eras, and I'm trying to make sure.
What?
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I'm looking on the
The
Wikipedia.
Scorpion.
Yeah.
Really?
Because oftentimes they call them just Scorpions, the ones that we know.
So, like, what about when you, like, at a concert, they're like, ladies and gentlemen, do they say Scorpions or The Scorpions?
I don't know. I never saw the Scorpions live. So let me look it up. The Scorpions, son of a name, go, blah blah blah.
Dave Rose.
Dave
Chad,
Rose.
how you doing, brother?
Oh, I thought he was on the call. Let's see there. I see. Yep. They were formed in 1965 by Rudolf Schenker. Yep.
That must be that Scorpions.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
So there we go there.
Okay, the next guy is somebody that I think you guys may have heard of.
Yep.
Guy by the name of Elvis Presley.
Oh yeah.
Here's one of the, like, probably the biggest, besides, like, Eddie Van Halen, but the biggest death.
42.
Yeah.
When people were
shocked.
Cardiac
and
Massive. Absolutely shocked because I remember I was in a car with my mom, my sister.
a lot of people's moms were crying.
Yeah, because Elvis was a big part of their lives. Made Elvis along with the Beatles played a big part in people becoming involved with rock and roll. And the story about how the later years of his life were like, wow, holy cow.
Well, like, it's similar to, like, the shock factor of, like, when, I mean, I wasn't around, but I've seen and heard a lot of stories about the JFK incident. Like, people were crying and I mean, I guess that, that.
Well, I was in junior high when he was shot.
September 11th would be, in that same category. And then maybe those, the space shuttle. That one
Challenger, Challenger blowing up in '86.
Yeah,
man,
probably the big major that, and then the Elvis death. Those are big major catastrophes.
I know.
Elvis is in that category, bro. That was
okay. For Elvis,
So,
put down
Elvis's natural causes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then
Okay,
again,
so-
the way he was living was kind of unnatural when you look at it there.
Well, he spurted on, or whatever the word is I'm looking for.
Inspired,
He inspired himself.
expired. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next guy you've mentioned, but apparently you didn't know he died this time either. Mark Boland.
Yeah, the man from T-Rex.
Wait.
One,
I want
Bubba.
to speak on the Elvis thing real quick.
Yeah.
So wasn't he on the toilet and he had a heart attack and he died?
that's
That's what
basically
they
the
said.
story.
Yeah, he was on his throne. The king of rock and roll was on his throne
So,
when he croaked there.
I did visit Graceland when I was I got pictures of it.
Oh wow.
I
You
got,
gotta
maybe I was
post
like,
them in
maybe I was
here,
like
man.
4 or so. I think I was like
Oh.
4. I barely remember. And the only thing I can remember is like this like dining room area, and I remember like there was nice silverware, and that's all I remember. I mean, it's a long time ago, but I did go there.
Yeah.
And basically, for all the people that don't know, that's basically his house, his compound, correct, Dr. Brown? It's
Yeah.
basically like a museum type thing. People
Oh,
can
yeah,
visit.
yeah.
And they have
Oh,
like an
yeah.
airplane there.
Yep.
What's the airplane name? Lisa Marie or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it may have been. Yeah, if I'm correct.
Big old jet he has there. So
Yeah, he
I
had
mean,
a
he
lot
was
of
big,
things.
bro. Like Elvis was big in the what, 50s, 60s?
50s,
Yep.
60s, and 70s. Well, the
And what
70s,
year did
Yeah.
he die?
1977.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, the 70s. So now I guess you could say around that time was kind of questionable if he was big because at that time he was growing old. He was gaining a lot of weight. He was eating continuously all these peanut butter and banana sandwiches
Well, you know, he was
continuously.
taking those
Well,
barbiturates, bro.
he was basically still kind of big in the 70s, mostly his Las Vegas shows.
Yeah. He was one of the
Residencies.
yes. He
He
was
was
one
doing
of the
those barbiturates, Keith.
He was
Yep.
one of the first big stars to do residency in Las Vegas there.
I heard when you're a music artist and you're doing a residency in Las Vegas, that means you owe a lot of money, and you can't like get out of doing a residency in Las Vegas until you owe back all that money.
Wow. Then I guess Britney Spears, Scorpions, Cher, and all those other acts that played there. I guess they owed lots of big money, I guess.
Yes. That's
Some
right.
of them do, I suppose.
Celine Dion, I guess, as well included. She did a residency there for a while. And Journey did a few shows there, if I understand, as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. All of them. I think all of them owed money.
Wow.
Excuse me. Mark Boland was 29. Traffic accident. So
Yeah.
I guess you can put that down.
Yeah,
Vehicle
his
or whatever.
wife Gloria Jones was behind the wheel at that time, and apparently what the story was, a deer had ran out of the road, and Mark was like, "Oh gosh, a deer avoided that," lost control of the car, boom, died. His neck was broken, and I guess his wife Gloria was found in a state of shock after that. I mean, like, come on, like, wow. And this is the man behind T-Rex. The songs like Jeepster, Bang It Gone, Get It On. Look up the albums, Dandy and the Underworld. Look up, Tanks. Look up especially Electric
Didn't
Warrior.
they get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
I think they did.
a couple years ago?
I think they
Look,
did.
Keith, look that up real quick.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's one thing I never did figure out. Did he ever get inducted?
dude, who?
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Okay.
T-Rex
Dinosaur.
Rock
Mark
and Roll
Boland.
Hall. Yeah. Yes.
Do they still teach about dinosaurs in schools? And
I guess so. I don't know.
They should, and,
I remember getting taught about dinosaurs.
so did I. I did. I was taught about a lot of things in high school there. In the high school that I went to.
I have an article from 2020.
Go
T-Rex
ahead.
were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame during tonight's ceremony, which aired on HBO. Ringo
Oh, there you
Starr.
go. That's all we needed.
Wow, nice.
Okay. Yeah,
Huh,
that was in
interesting.
2020.
And yet Jethro Tull's still not there. Okay.
Let alone Judas Priest.
Exactly.
Okay.
or
next guy I
Iron
got-
Maiden.
It's true. Priest before Maiden, though. For sure.
Yeah.
Priest was before
Well,
Maiden.
before
too.
both of
Schroeder,
them.
yeah. Yeah.
Both of them, yes, but Priest should get in before Maiden for sure.
Okay, Bing Crosby, 74,
Mm.
heart attack.
Oh, wow. And this,
Wow.
You got yourself another national cause.
yeah,
Right, right.
Yeah, this was guy one of the big crooners before Frank Sinatra came in there. And unlike other singers who like to look down at the competition, Crosby welcomed this competition there. He did welcome them.
Crosby was smooth. He
Yeah.
was good.
And let's not forget his.
Well, White Christmas.
Yeah. And we also
Just say
can.
White Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. Which is still played on the radio today around Christmas time. I heard that a lot of times last month there. And also, let's not forget his other Christmas anthem, they did with the version of the Little Drummer Boy that they did with David Bowie.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, next one.
It's another one on the list.
Yep.
Later on, way later.
Yeah.
We're decades behind.
Yeah.
And by the
Yeah.
way, real quick on since you mentioned his name, did you know they sold his estate sold Bowie's
Catalog?
catalog. Did you hear about that?
No, not yet. Like
This was a couple days ago. Keith, can you look up how much they sold it? It was whoever's in charge
David
of
Bowie's
his
catalog
estate
being sold there.
from Warner
Yeah.
something or something. Keith,
Time
can you look
Warner?
that up, please?
Time
real quick.
Warner?
No, it was something. There was another group,
Warner
but it was like Warner. Something, yeah.
Let me guess. BMG, right?
No, it was something else. It was like a.
Universal. Because the big ones out there are BMG, Universal Music.
I got it.
Good.
23 million.
To what
Wow.
company? And the Boys catalog and what they were sold. What they were sold to?
Let's see. Let's see. I'm reading the article.
While he's doing that, next one I got is Cassie Gaines, 29.
Yep.
Steve Gaines, 28. Ronnie Van Zant, 29.
Leonard Skinner, 1977. And that was, of course, another big one for the
Three
plane crash.
crashes there.
Okay.
3 on the plane crash.
Yep.
Company.
Damn.
Wow.
All right. Let me go to the
Plane crashes and suicides. Not suicides. Plane crashes and
Drug
overdoses
overdoses.
are going to be
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, apparently the story was they were just trying to make this one gig there, but the plane didn't have enough fuel there.
It was sold to Warner Music.
Ah.
Wow. Okay.
Interesting. And if I understand, going back to the Skinner plane crash, Artemis Pyle, the drummer, he was one of the first guys to get out there and seek help.
Yeah. Well, over half the band actually survived.
Yeah.
Because Pyle did. I can't remember. his
Gary
name.
Washington, Alan Collins,
Collins,
Billy Powell,
and
the bass
yeah,
player,
they
Leon
survived.
Leon Wilkinson. Some of their backup singers, other backup singers, survived.
Yeah, it went down somewhere, I believe, in the swamps of Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Never mind.
Now.
What, Keith?
Oh, okay. There was this girl I went to school with, and her name was Keisha Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Yep.
And?
Well, you
There's
said
no
Wilkinson.
story. He's just telling you.
Yeah.
There's no story. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, next one I got a real tragic one, too. Terry Kath
Oh, yeah. From the band
One.
Chicago.
accidentally shot himself.
Wow, man.
It wasn't really a suicide. I think he was playing with the gun.
Yeah.
He choked
So,
Cronin himself.
I
I
put
don't know how
accidental
we're
death.
specify that one.
Right.
I put accidental death.
Yeah.
Let's not be doing that.
Right. Okay.
Oh, is it? I'm still upright. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you're still good.
I'm still trying some relevancy here.
Computer-wise?
No. Oh,
Hmm.
Keith Moon,
Oh, my goodness.
32,
32, the drummer of The Who, 1978.
drug overdose.
Yeah, apparently what he was trying to do, he was trying to get himself well because The Who did it so he could tour with The Who there. But apparently he took too much of what he didn't know about, and apparently that just screwed him up there.
What
Screwed
year
up.
was that you said?
1978.
Really?
Yes, and
Really not that long ago.
and a year later, the documentary "The Kids Are All Right," which I highly recommend, came out in theaters.
Well, like when the day that happened, like what was like people saying, like the news and stuff, like was it a big deal?
Well,
Like was it a big?
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal for the most
And
part.
they kept touring, obviously. I
yeah, they
mean,
got it.
Yeah, they hired another drummer.
Yeah, Kenny Jones.
Yeah, there are people that said that the Who should have quit right then.
Yeah.
But actually, in a way, I'm glad they didn't, because they still released some pretty good stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't the same, but it was good.
yeah, it was a
the
lot
80s
more.
Who?
The 80s Who, yeah, it was
What's-
a lot
let me
more
see
tame.
what-
It was a lot
see
more
what was in.
tamer. It was a lot more tame than the old Who of before when Keith was behind the drum kit there. Because Kenny Jones is basically a modern regular drummer, whereas Keith Moon was like,
So they did a couple albums, Face Stances and It's Hard.
yes, those two records, I remember those.
Hits were on. Was there any hits on those, Ark?
Yeah,
Yeah. Athena.
from It's Hard, yeah. Eminence Front from the same album,
Right.
Oh, that's Rose's song. Okay, okay.
and plus,
And it does sound kind of 80s too. What about? Didn't they do a theme song? I don't know if it's 80s, but didn't they do the theme song for one of those shows on TV?
yes,
In one of NCIS or some shit.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
actually,
CSI,
they play that.
yes,
CSI,
Okay.
yes,
and they play
had,
old songs. Those
Yes.
are all 3 old songs.
yes,
Okay.
yes, it was. I don't know which ones they do because there's so many CSI
One of them was
franchises there.
Fooled again.
We'll get
And
food
one of
again.
them was Baba O'Reilly.
Yes, and the main one was "Who Are You?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one.
Yes,
That intro to the Bob O'Reilly, what would that instrument be? Like a synthesizer?
I
or-
think so. Yeah, it was.
They had those in the 70s?
Yeah,
I thought it
oh,
was
they
an
had
80s
lots.
thing.
No, they
Alright.
were the 70s and the 60s as well there. That back, what did the Monkees album was one of the first to feature a synthesizer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
So like in the
funny.
80s, that's when it was big, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
the
funny
sev-
that the Monkees would be the first ones to use a synthesizer,
Yeah.
but they were on a song called "Daily Nightly."
Yes. And they were becoming big. Remember, me and Ark discussed this last year. There was a Switch on Bach, which the works of Johann Sebastian Bach was performed on the Moog synthesizer.
By Walter, soon to become Wendy Carlos.
Yep. And Walter was a composer, or he or she / she was a composer himself. They did soundtracks for Clockwork Orange, The Shining, a few others there.
Okay, next one I got is Donnie Hathaway.
Oh yeah, he's the one who did that song "Whenever I'm Close to You" by with him and Roberta Flack.
Where's the Love?
Yep, where's another one there?
33, and this is how suicide or accidental fall.
Oh wow.
Okay, so which one are we gonna call it?
Okay, so explain the story on that one. Yeah, explain the story about that one. Was he like That's a unique
I don't
one.
know the story on that one.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put suicide.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
put
better
it
yet,
in
look it
suicide.
up, Keith, if you can. There,
All right.
Death of Donnie Hathaway.
All right.
2 N's in Donnie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just saw that and I was like, what? It's one or the other. Come on.
Probably another one there.
All right, got it. I got it. On January 13th, 1979, his body was found outside New York's Essex house below his 15-floor hotel room. His death was ruled a suicide. He was just 33 years old.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll call it a suicide.
All
Yeah,
right.
15
Yep.
floors doesn't sound like an accident.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Sid Vicious,
Oh my gosh. You know what?
21.
Not the wrestler.
It says here suicide or drug overdose.
Yeah,
No.
it was
What group is that from?
the Sex Pistols.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Should I look that up?
Oh man, definitely look that up and listen to read the whole story behind him and what was the situation going on with him, because apparently he was going to go on trial for the supposed murder of his girlfriend Nancy Spungen. Apparently,
Death of who?
Nancy Spungen, his girlfriend. Apparently, there was
Oh
some,
no, but who? Nancy was the one that died.
they
Well,
both
no,
they're-
Sid Vicious.
well, they're both dead.
Yeah, but
She died first before he did.
All right. Oh, okay. Here it
Yeah.
is. Let's see. Sex Pistols bassist Sid Vicious was accused of killing his girlfriend Nancy Spungen 39 years ago, but the case remains a mystery. In 1975, a 17-year-old Philly girl named Nancy Spungen dropped out of the University of Colorado and moved to New York City. You want me to skim through this?
Go ahead, to talk about the whole thing there. Yes, definitely.
Oh, you want me to read the whole thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Jesus.
She pushed, yeah.
Do it in layman's terms. 'Cause I know it's long, Ryan.
Oh, all right. Oh yeah, I'm reading
Layman's
really
terms,
quick.
please.
What does that mean?
Simply projected
Simply
from
put,
yourself.
All right. All right. I'm reading to myself. What it is. Someone said we were tired of being nice. It was like fuck you. McNeil said the left invented that political correctness stuff. Punk was supposed to piss off everybody and make people think. Let's see.
Question everything around them.
Yeah, October 12th, 1978, a 20-year-old Spungen bled to death on the bathroom floor of a room in the Chelsea Hotel in New York.
Mhm.
Months later, while awaiting trial for a murder, Vicious died from an overdose. Vicious died from an overdose.
Yeah.
For many, it was the end of an era.
Yes.
Keep reading.
No, we
now,
got
do we want to call this an overdose or a suicide?
Well, it was an overdose because he was a major heroin addict there.
Right.
Yeah. But the first thing first thing he wanted to while he's sitting in prison, the first thing he wanted was his heroin. And who what person could do that? His mom, who apparently was the one who got him on heroin, because she was an addict herself.
Right.
Okay, well, the next one. No, I'm not going to do it because that's not really a singer.
Mm.
Darla Hood.
Who?
Darla Hood from Our Gang.
Oh. Darla
Okay.
Hood. Oh, they mean Spanking Art? Oh, yeah. You
Right.
mean on the movies, right?
The cartoon. Right, the cartoon.
Those the little
shorts.
movies. The shorts, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
Okay, actually, the next legitimate one I got is Lowell George, who was 34.
From the band Little Feat.
Heart attack. That was a
Right.
good little band.
Mm. And these were the guys who really brought the Cajun music scene out to the open, because they're from Louisiana, New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good little. Lowell George was good.
Mm.
Van McCoy,
Oh, yeah.
39.
The Hustle. That was one of his big instrumental
Attack.
hits. Yeah.
So you got yourself another Natural Causes.
Mm.
Yes.
Minnie Riperton.
Me and
She was
Ripperson.
part of. Is somebody drinking something?
Probably
yeah, I
Keith.
was drinking some water.
Oh.
Okay, Rotary Connection. But she also had a minor hit, Loving You.
Mm.
Well, it wasn't really minor, it's pretty big.
Minnie Riperton.
She was 31 and died from breast cancer.
Oh, wow.
Natural causes.
Yep.
Minnie Riperton. I remember hearing that name a couple of times in the past. I'm trying to put it together now.
Well, like I say, she was with Rotary Connection, but she also had a small solo career.
Ah, okay.
Her big one was Loving You.
Ah, I see there.
That's the one where she reaches the incredibly high notes in the song.
I see there.
Okay, next one I got is Jimmy McCullough.
From the band Wings.
Right.
Yeah, Paul McCartney's post-Beatles group there.
26, morphine poisoning.
Wow.
Call it an overdose.
Wow.
Right.
I see there.
Okay. And that's going to close off the 70s.
Okay.
So when we pick this up again, because we've been on about an hour and a half.
Yeah, it is. We'll
We'll
it up
pick
in
up
the
in
80s.
the 80s.
Yep, and we there's 3 deaths in that following year, 1980. There
Well,
3 big ones there.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it'd be more than 3.
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to send this list to the group chat.
Okay, and what is our tally so far?
All right.
16 overdose, 11 plane crash, 5 car crash, 18 natural causes, 2 shot, 3 question mark, 2 stab, 2 suicide, 2 accidental death.
Wow.
Wow.
So the overdoses win at this point there.
No, natural causes win. 18 natural causes, 16 overdose.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to bet by the
Okay,
time we
my bad.
finish this thing, overdoses is going to overtake them.
Yep.
But it could be
it's
wrong.
not-
Well, who knows?
Wait,
Of course,
I have to.
a lot of the natural causes were singers from the 40s and 30s, like Crosby, and
I see there.
and that's probably going to change.
I don't know.
I sent the list to the group chat.
Okay, I'm going to find something here to put in the Skype chat here to check out. I remember hearing about this, seeing the video about this. You have to wait towards the end what happens here. Let me find it here. And blah, 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 blah. Give it a while, give it a while, give it a while, give it a while. Let me do this here. Come on, hurry. Let's see here.
You wanna talk to Minnesota
Why
when the
is-
show's over?
Oh, is he coming online? Coming on the show there?
No, I thought you wanted to talk to him about his videos.
No, I wanted to talk about, I want to mention that the guys never talked or saw the videos that he put it up there. on
Oh
his
no, I
channels
haven't
there.
seen him.
Oh, man, definitely. They're up there right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Okay, let me put this up here. All right, this little YouTube link I put in the Skype chat here. Let me check it out there. Look towards the end. You see him dropping dead right there. And this was a European
Okay.
singer. I thought the Minnesota Vikings fan was going to come on the air with us there.
Oh.
Yeah. It would be interesting here to have him on the show here to talk about his beef with Boney Tony there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll pick it up, the rest of the conversation, this coming Thursday there.
Right.
All right, there. And we, as I said, we're going to start
Are
in
we going to do 6 o'clock
yes, we will.
our time?
Absolutely. 6 Central. 7 p.m. Eastern time there. And if Minnesota Vikings fan goes live on his channel, we'll just invite him on, what the heck, It would be better for him
Yep.
to have us on the show or bring him onto the show, simulcast our show on his channel, other than him just playing sound clip, that's a sound clip, because that's what's been mostly on his channel for a long while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm watching this video right now.
All right.
The one
video.
you sent.
Yeah, it's a trip to look at there when you think about it there. Hungarian music star Zoltan dies during the Swedish live TV show there. Yep.
Wow.
I'm 1 minute 16 seconds in.
All right there.
Okay, real quick before we go.
Mhm.
Well, my time is limited when I can do this.
Yeah.
So if we do a wrestling thing, it's got to kind of work into my schedule if I'm involved.
Oh,
And obviously, you guys can do it without me.
right.
But for me to be involved, we need to do it at a time that I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Because
And actually, that works in with you, Dr. Earl, because if we had the time together, we'd be doing more of these.
yeah, that's true there. Yeah.
Because before you started work, if you remember, we were doing 5 a week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. We would do it like continuously, man. A lot. I'm like 5 episodes a week, man, day after day.
Yeah.
I'm not,
Yeah, and I miss not doing the movies and the TV shows.
yeah, I know. And that's true. That we got to do something about that. We probably go like these YR and Keith on to talk about TV shows just as well there. What we've done with the music here.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I'll do that.
Well, just so you guys know, we covered, doesn't mean we can't do it again.
Yeah, that's true.
We covered Doctor Who,
Oh snap!
covered the original Star Trek,
Mm-hmm.
Twilight Zone.
Whoa!
Yeah, I saw.
Outer
Keith's looking
Limits.
at that video that I'm talking about. You see the guy's nose starting to bleed before he drops dead?
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, I don't know why I'm laughing. Yeah. Oh, is that? Oh yeah. It's just they went blank on
Yep,
the show.
they just said, oh, cut, something just happened. Oh, he dropped dead.
Yeah. That was crazy.
It was, it's kind of sad in a way, though. But this the term, "I'm gonna die on stage." Well, he literally did.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of, the guy can. Well, the guy died doing what he liked.
Yeah, that's true there,
how
yeah.
many people can say that?
It's kind of funny. And they were lip syncing on the. By the way, when you then we think about it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, basically, the old American Bandstand was all lip sync.
Absolutely, it
I
was
don't
throughout all the way there.
I don't think anybody could do live stuff then.
I know.
They were real careful about all that.
Yes, and by the way, Ark, you got to look up Public Image Limited appearance on American Bandstand, May in 1980. That was one of the best rock and roll moments on TV, right there. Look it up, watch it. I'll lay it. YR, Keith, all you guys, you got to look that up and watch it all the way through.
All right.
All the way through. Believe me, you will not be disappointed.
Wait, watch what?
Public Image Limited, American Bandstand, 1980. Or better yet, John
Okay.
Lydon, American Bandstand, 1980. On YouTube.
All right.
All right there.
Public American Bandstand.
No, John Lydon,
Oh, all right.
American Bandstand,
All
1980.
right, John. Okay.
All right there.